I was really glad to go on the road, get the W. It's obviously some terrible conditions. Didn't actually get execute your game plan the way you'd like. So I don't know. It's a story this year. We didn't really get to do everything we wanted to do, but I was pleased that actually when it rained light a little bit, we threw the ball and threw it well and completed it and again, but then turned it over and had to turn it over to a ground game, and Cody Sutton got a career day. Great for him. I'm excited for the senior to have anytime a senior can do that, have a career day. That's pretty exciting. But I thought our defense played really well, except for one play. Don't want that to mark a great performance, but one play we let a big run go. I think that we've been really consistent. We played really well every week. I think on the defense side of the ball, especially versus the run. But we've had a couple incidents where we get to give up a big play here and there. If we can eliminate those, I think we go from being at the top of the three till we go to be the best defense in this conference. And if we want to do those things, you can't have plays like that every week. Where you give up a play here and a play there. That's our big explosive plays for especially put points on the board. But overall, very pleased how we did up front. Obviously, you got to mention Mickey Fungatua had an outstanding day on the defense side of the ball. I think we're hopefully going in this week, we're healing some people up, we're getting some people back. Pearson Villarubia and Aaron Reed did not play again last week. That's 2 weeks in a row, but hopefully we're going to add them both back this week, offensive tackles, and that will be huge. Although we really liked, I think Barksdale and McGowan coming in at the tackle spot have done a great job the last 2 weeks, and it'll pay dividends down the road. Obviously, getting that experience, got thrown into that fire and had to roll, but it'd be nice to add those two back into the picture. Again, I think every week we're getting out. I think Deshay's getting healthier. I'm not going to say he's completed 100%, but that was the best he actually felt going into a game. That's why I really was hoping that it's going to be somewhat dry conditions for at least half the game. We were going to come out and air this thing out. But I thought he did really well in the conditions we were in. Downfalls, obviously, we get a field goal blocked. Extra point blocked. That's 2 in 2 weeks. That's a problem. We're going to obviously look at some personnel problems, some personnel issues we got to move around. It was not the kicker. It was a up front problem. So we'll move some people around and try to get the best people in the best spots up there. Thought we did, but obviously we had two problems in 2 weeks, so we can't do that. UCA is a very physical football team. I'll start with that. I think it starts with their defense. Their defense is running the show. They're playing very physical up front. Their defensive line, particularly, you got to talk about those guys. This will be a huge challenge for our offensive line. It's not just Woodard. It's 7 of them. They're rotating guys in, and they're all physical and aggressive, and they're very good. I got the big kid inside, 97. I don't even know his name, but he's a great player too. So I think it starts with their defense. So it'll be a huge challenge on our offense. We'll be able to run the ball, protect Deshay, get the ball down the field, everything we need to do. But their offense, again, had an outstanding performance last week. Obviously, rushing the ball for 297. One guy rushes for 297 yards or 292, whatever it was. It's pretty incredible night for him. But they want to run the football. They want to be physical on the offense side of the ball. That's a pretty typical Steve Campbell team. He does a great job, and it's all about mentality, and he's trying to enforce his will on people. So we have a huge challenge, but also we haven't played our best football. I'm waiting for that to happen. I think there's no better time than the present. I'm waiting for some guys that need to step up to the plate and say, I am a guy. I am the guy, and I'm here to make big plays. And I think we've done that at times, but consistently for 4 quarters and across the board, we haven't done that. And this is probably as big a game as just because this week, but this is the biggest game as we played all year. Right now, so where we're at, because we're at obviously your back's against the wall, and you're placing a great football team. Was that a long intro?
Yeah. That might be a record. But it's good. At what point in the week do you know the conditions are going to be like, how you can taper your game plan to kind of, not everybody can waterproof and get through a game like that, but
yeah. We knew it was going to rain. I mean, we knew it would rain. We knew all that stuff was coming. Didn't know it was going to be that much. Yeah. Didn't know it was going to be that hard for 4 quarters. I mean, we actually had the buckets of water out last week at practice and to work on the exchange and the long snapping with it and catching, all those things. So, yeah. So we did all that last week to make sure we were ready, because we were ready for some adverse conditions. But I mean, to come down that hard for 4 quarters, I mean, I don't know. I mean, there was a couple times where it lightened up a little bit, but the light part just lightened up to rain. The rest of it was buckets being poured on you. So again, sometimes you just got to improvise and adapt and go with it. And I thought our guys did a good job of that. And obviously it's tough. That wasn't just the weather. The other thing was looking up in the stands and there's nobody there. There's 50 people in this. I don't know if there was 50 people. That's probably if you count the press box and everybody. 50 people in the stands, so it's kind of like, yeah. There's not much. There was no atmosphere, for college football. So.
I guess the biggest thing here, with as many guys as you guys have had injured and had to fill spots, is people. You talked about it earlier, but people stepping up, and taking care of what they need to take care of.
I think we got guys stepping up. I think have they stepped up to the degree we want them to right now? No, I think there's still a lot more in the tank. I think we've got playmakers on the offensive side of the football that haven't had their breakout game yet, and we need them to, And I'm including the backfield. I think Juice, we saw him in game 1 go for 120, and had been dinged up. And even then, we don't even talk about him being out, but he's been dinged up since then. He actually went down the first half again Saturday. Probably thought it was going to be a great game for him in rain conditions, because he's a downhill guy. But he comes back into the game. He's okay. He's fine. But banged his knee. But him, Gene Bethea, and then starting in the backfield with Cody steps up and has his big game. But he's a senior. You expect that from him. Those other guys, I think, are really capable of having some big time games. And hopefully, I think we've seen glimpses of it in the past. I think the one run by Eugene on Saturday was pretty phenomenal. He probably broke 7 tackles in one run. I don't know if it gets lost in the shuffle, but there's we've got some great wide receivers that need to catch the ball, and not just catch the ball. You got to catch the ball and make a guy miss, take it to the house. Catching the ball and getting tackled is kind of expected. If you don't catch the ball, you're not any good. We kind of get you out. If you do catch the ball and get tackled, you're average. Take the ball, make a guy miss, and take it to the house. That's special. We got to start getting back to what's going to make you guys special. And we need some special guys to step up and say, I'm that guy.
Did the defense, after what happened here in the SFA game, earn a measure and redeem themselves a little bit with that performance that you thought?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. We didn't talk about that or think about that. Again, I thought they, for the most part, played really well against SFA. You went to the last drive, obviously take that, and if you could race it, and you can't. But I think we got a very good football. I think we had a very good defense, and for the most of the call, they've been put in a lot of adverse situations, and they've responded like you want them to respond. The only thing I'd even say, and we tell them, is that if we could be a little more consistent, we go from in the top third to being the best. And these back 4 games, I need them to go from the top third to being the best. Forget what happened in the last 7 ball games. Now I need them to be the best football team, the best defense we can see out there in a conference.
How much, from a confidence standpoint, just to kind of rinse your mouth with a bad taste the last 2 weeks, now you've got some rejuvenation going, like you said, and going into a big game like this.
Yeah. It was just good to get a W. In a game like that, you lose, you lose 2 in a row. It just kind of makes you sick, So you're trying to have fun, and I am. I don't care what happens. We're 4-3. I like these guys. I like the football team. We're having fun every day. I think we enjoy practice. We're having a good time together. To me, that's it's a big part of it. I think our guys are learning lessons. And that's huge. Just want to come with a few more W's. So we just keep this thing going. And one this week would obviously be, I don't know if it'd be icing on the cake, but it would be pretty nice.
You starting to get happier with your special teams play, Coach?
I think our coverage units are doing a pretty good job. I think they are. Times, I don't know, still, like I said, there's room out there. Are we all on the same page all the time? No. we almost break the opening kickoff, or not yeah, it was, no. It was after they scored. So we almost break the one kickoff back on Saturday. But we got a guy, we got one guy who misses a block, and it gets us down. We can't always be one guy, Sometimes we got to all be on, all 11 got to be on the same page and get the job done. And I don't think our return units have been, I think we're average. I think we can be, but in order to do that, it takes a lot of people to make sure we're committed. We're all committed to doing that. So we're preaching it, and again, like I said, I told our guys the other day was, hey, it's fine. We haven't played our best football. That's fine. When do I want our best football? I want our last. Whenever that is, I want that to be our best. It rightfully should be. Our last football game should always be our best, and hopefully hopefully we're, right now, our best football game needs to be this one, and it should be our game 8. This should be our best football game of the season. So that's what we're looking forward to.
You mentioned the running back earlier that had 290 yards, or somewhere around that. How do you just kind of prepare for somebody, like that that's capable of putting up those kind of numbers?
Some of it, they're physical downhill team. That's what they're going to do. He's a north-south runner. I think a lot of credit goes to their offensive line, their fullback. They do a good job. They kind of really just dominated the line of scrimmage versus Lamar. He is a physical kid running downhill. But more importantly to me, when you're defense and run, the biggest thing is to make sure you fit things right. You got to know who fits where you're at, how you got to fit this play, and you got to do it right. And I think if we do that, then we're gonna be able to stop anybody.
Looking at, you guys are trying to run, they're giving up just a shade under 120 a game, which, I guess that kind of speaks to what you guys need to do. What's the challenge there as far as establishing that run against that defense?
I really don't think it's going to come out to being a mentality, a physical mentality that we come out with. They are good up front, so we're gonna have to beat our head against the wall, and we're gonna have to be stubborn enough to continue to stay with it, and keep coming after them. They're gonna make their plays. Why? They got great players. Their defensive line is pretty talented. Probably it may be the most talented team up front in the conference. I'm not gonna say that. I don't know if they're talented than we got. I think our defensive line is pretty phenomenal. So. I think it's probably the most challenging opportunity we've had. McNeese was very good on defense. I don't think we answered that bell really well. So this is an opportunity for us to see how well can we play consistently over and over. And you're going to have to do it really consistent over and over to be successful, because they're going to get their plays. Not any more than anywhere else. I think just. I think you really got to appreciate conference wins on the road are tough. That's just college football. I think go on the road is tough in college football, and to get it done because everybody plays well at home and crowds behind them and all that stuff. So, but when we walk into that environment, we got to be able to block everything out. The only thing that matters actually when it's all said and done, the only thing that matters is 11 that they walk out on the field and 11 we walk out, and then. We just got to execute for 4 quarters. It's going to be one of those 4-quarter football games. To get it, we're going to have to take care of our business for 4 quarters in all 3 phases, and probably play one of our best football games we played.
Almost afraid to ask, but how do you guys make out health-wise?
We came out pretty good, really. So if anything, we're adding some guys back. I know Micah Eugene didn't play against SFA. Spot played about 20 plays last week. He's got some turf toe, so this will be the first week that I think he's going to be healthy and ready to roll. I think I think we're healthier at a corner spot. Denzel Thompson can't play last week. Didn't play versus SFA. I don't know if you guys knew that going in, but he pulled a hamstring the week of SFA and didn't play. So we're getting some guys. I think we're getting some guys back. Which is huge. Some guys that have been nicked and missed a game or 2, but right now I feel going in this thing we're about as healthy as we've been. Yeah.
Looking at the fumbles for you guys, of them, but I mean, I think it's
Yeah.
more the timing and when you're getting them.
Yeah.
You guys are going in for a score and lose it at another,
Yeah.
and that's not the first time that's happened this year.
No, we've done it several times. Yeah.
Are you guys doing anything, working on ball security or anything?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we do it all the time, you know. Some of the guys you're talking about, some of them are some simple things. I mean, them not getting the ball high and tight and not, you know, not getting two hands on it going down. Some of it comes to wheels. You just got to be focused on that as a, you know, what do you do about protecting the football? But yeah, we work on it, talk about it, do this stuff, you know. We just got to do a better job of it.